It's not fair to me. It's not fair at all that every time the Azzurri lose, no matter what happened in previous matches, and whoever put them in those positions, Bryan Cristante and Gianluca Mancini, are targeted for their performances. Ridiculous. Let's go over what Mancini has been up to. Check out these numbers. All right. Leads Serie A in interceptions among all players, defenders, midfielders, 23. That's remarkable. Remember, we're like in week 11. First in recovered balls for center backs. That means actually dispossessing players, 32. Tremendous. Duels won. He's second among all center backs with 70. Once again, tremendous. Remember that Roma play a high line. Also, remember that Mancini's positioning is very different this year as he takes more advanced roles. Fourth in tackles won among defenders. Also very good, once again, based upon where he is. This is not a defender who's sitting back and waiting for action to happen to him where he could accumulate and kind of cherry pick those points. Also, let's look at what's been going on over the last several years with Mancini. And I really believe that he's shown excellent maturity, right? He's really grown as a player. It seems like every year, honestly, he's gotten better, like a lot better. And just look at the expulsions from 2019-20, and that's all the way on your right. And then the yellow cards, 15, then 13, and times going on, 21, 14, 11, 8, 4 so far this year. So last season, 8 yellow cards in 46 appearances. That's an excellent number for a center back. Got Adrian here. He's writing on the floor, breaking some ceramics. Perhaps one of the reasons why, no offense, Adrian, why I haven't been on YouTube so much lately, but we're here now, and we're talking about two players who I think that for Roma have been excellent. And when it comes time to talk about the Azzurri problem is not these two players. And let's remember what Cristante did. Last time Italy won any important match, it was Euro 2020 final, which was 4 years ago, actually, because remember, it was played 2021. Who makes the assist to make it 1-1? Cristante. Excellent assist, beats Mason Mount on the near post, flicks it on, hits the crossbar. Bonucci puts it into the back of the net. Bonucci and Chiellini were tremendous that tournament, by the way. So what we're looking at with the Azzurri and all these problems, right, is a complete disconnect. Is it the players? They've gotten much worse? I think so. I was talking about it today on Twitter. It's just that not so much necessarily singularly, like by themselves, worse. But look at here, kind of the point I'm trying to make. Italy back then, XG2 against England, just 0.4. What did that mean? What did that look like? It was a 4-man back four. Okay, Bonucci, Chiellini, like I said, Di Lorenzo, and Emerson. Of course, we had Spinazzola, who was running riot that tournament before he tore his Achilles. The midfield, super controlled. Barella had tons of energy. Verratti was holding it down. Jorginho, the three of them were complementing each other and running so much with that solid back four. Immobile was terrible, but he also had Chiesa, phenomenal number 10, and it was the last little bit of juice that Insigne had in his career. Mancini got them to play cohesive football. What we saw at that tournament was excellent. I thought it was really quality, elite level stuff out of a group of players who many predicted were just going to crash out early. That's what happened there. But Italy's problems are more than just a few players and disconnect. I think the hiring of Gattuso was so asinine. It had to be Mourinho, for my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is a short video, but just wanted to say hi and voice some opinions I had, because I just read some really crazy stuff that's over many years I've seen singles Roma players out. Why? Probably because Roma has the least international fans and national fans of players that are actually present, right? It's like Milan, Inter, Juve, and then Roma. Out of those four, and you can include Napoli now, Roma probably has the least amount of fans worldwide. So, just my thought. Talk soon. Anything else going forward? Serie A resumes, and I think just Roma are going to keep on going, guys. I don't want to say the S word, but I think if we get to a point where Xerxes does come in, a true left wing, some midfield replacement for El Ainaoui, who's going to leave for AFCON, and some growth for Ziolkowski, who had a good performance with Poland, as well as Gilardi. Gilardi was my last name. Gilardi, who's going to show some growth too, hopefully some development under Gasperini. Those guys will be able to take over, but honestly, you're talking about my season MVP thus far with Ndika. I don't think that's going to be light. So, you see my boy's little curly head in the back. All right, talk soon. Ciao.